Welcome back, everybody. My name is Nicholas Bogroff Gansel, and I am creatively bankrupt. So today, we are diving into Season 1, Episode 11 of Avatar: The Last Airbender, titled The Great Divide. I don't know what that means. It could be a landmark, like the territory between Earth Kingdom and Fire Nation. Like maybe there's a big canyon or something. Or maybe there's a canyon not on the border between countries, and it's just called the Great Divide. It could also be spiritual. Something like, the spirit world, the Great Divide could be like crossing over into the spirit world or death or something. Or it could be like between the spirit realm and non-existence. I don't know. It could be something like that. It also could be a divide between people, like, two individuals who need to reconcile, but there's a great divide between them. I don't know. That's not my first instinct. My first instinct was the canyon thing. But I don't know, the canyon might be a little on the nose. I have no idea what to expect. It could be pretty much anything. Because I don't think they do another spirit-driven episode so soon after Spirit World, but I don't know. Who knows? Anything's possible. Last episode, we met Jet, who was just the most charming goddamn bastard you could hope for. What a piece of shit. Man. Okay, so I was thinking about this after I was done recording, and I realized Jet is the inverse of Zuko. So on the surface, you think, Jet's charming, he's handsome, he's calm, very collected, and he's one of the good guys because he fights the Fire Nation. But then on the inside, he's vindictive, he's murderous, he's dishonorable because he's, because he's murderous. He's willing to kill non-fighters, non-warriors, non-soldiers, just basically farmers, tradesmen, women, and children. I want to say for the fuck of it, but it was to try to kill the enemy soldiers. But nevertheless, it's not a good enough reason. And on top of all that, he seems like he's entitled to being the leader. He feels like, well, yeah, of course I'm the leader. Of course everyone has to do what I say. I deserve this. Zuko, on the other hand, outwardly, is abrasive. He's aggressive. He fights for the Fire Nation, so he's one of the bad guys. And on top of all that, he's got that big-ass ugly scar on his face, so he's not handsome either. So that's like all the opposite of Jet. But then on the inside, Zuko is merciful. He didn't blind that guy who he beat. He's not bloodthirsty. Like, I mean, that goes hand in hand with the merciful, but he's honorable, as his uncle said. And on top of all of that, he does not feel entitled to being the leader. The whole reason he's pursuing the Avatar is because he needs to prove his worthiness as Prince. And, yeah, that was just really cool to realize that there were all these parallels where Jet, is a piece of shit on the inside but seems really cool on the outside. And Zuko is a piece of shit on the outside but seems really cool on the inside. And they have all these specific traits that mirror each other. So we didn't get Zuko last episode, but we basically got his shadow self. So that was pretty cool. Predictions for this episode, however. I predict Zuko will be in this episode, and I think him and Uncle Iroh will be trying to get a ship. I don't know whether they'll be wandering in the woods still trying to get a ship, or whether they're going to be at a port bartering for a ship. Like, maybe they'll have to gamble their way for a ship, or enter some contest for money where you can use this fire bending. I don't know, I'm totally speculating. I'm just saying I think they'll be shipless and trying to get a ship. That's really my only prediction. Beyond that, I pretty much got nothing, because I was expecting them last episode to be getting a ship, but then Zuko and Uncle Iroh didn't show up at all. So I'm just gonna push that prediction onto this episode. Yeah, I guess I'll just get started then, because I'm ready to see what happens this time. Oh, and as always, If you're watching my videos without watching the original content first, you're doing the content a disservice and you're doing yourself a disservice. If you really do want your first experience of Avatar to involve me, then head over to my Patreon. For just $1, you can get access to my uncut reactions that you can play alongside the original content. Let's dive in.
Sokka, you're supposed to put the tarp on top of the tent.
No! You're supposed to put the tarp underneath the tent.
But what if it does rain?
What if it doesn't? Then I would have put the tarp up for nothing.
You're infuriating.
You're both wrong.
That kindling's looking pretty sorry.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't like my firewood...
Fine by me. If
Oh
you
my
have to
God.
do your job.
And what happened to the tent?
Oh boy.
Why don't you ask Miss Know-It-All?
Isn't it a
Queen
great
of the
divide
Twigs.
between people?
Oh, yeah? King of the... Tents.
Harsh words won't solve problems.
But putting the tarp under the tent would, because then when the ground gets wet, the tent doesn't and you don't. Oh. Oh shit! Indiana Jones style.
Come on, Momo, that's fair. Appa's got 5 stomachs.
Wow.
The Great Divide.
It is a physical place. Is this gonna be like both? Like it's both a physical place and it's about divide between people?
We'll be able to see it very clearly from the air while we fly away. Hey, if you're looking for the king,
Oh my
I
God!
was here first.
Ooh,
Who the fuck are you?
That's the ignorance I'd expect from a messy Zhang.
She has a giant ass sword. Maybe don't insult her.
Wait, here they come.
Oh, they pretentious as fuck.
Be dirt.
I don't know. Fight over chores is one thing. These people have been feuding for 100 years.
Makes it infinitely more stupid.
We'd rather be taken by the Fire Nation than travel with those stinking thieves.
Cool,
We
stay
wouldn't
behind.
travel with you pompous fools anyway.
Oh, you stay behind too.
All right, here's the deal. You're all going down together, and Appa here will fly your sick and elderly across.
Nice. Way to step up, Aang. That's gonna be a cold, cold trip.
Making peace between people is his job.
His job's gonna make us cross this whole thing on foot, isn't it?
Okay, no food allowed in the canyon. It attracts dangerous predators.
Oh, Sokka's gonna fuck this up, isn't he? Oh my god.
He's bending.
Guess the spirits are still angry. Hope you all brought sacrifices.
You made us give up all of our food. What sacrifices would we have?
We'll be safe now.
Oh my god.
We gotta help him!
Oh shit. Good shot. Well done,
What
Aang.
was that?
Canyon crawler. Oh,
Spider demon. Just call it what it is. It's a spider demon.
They're broken.
without my arms, I got no bending. In other words,
We're trapped in this canyon.
Use your feet to bend. Like in the intro when he stomps his foot.
I thought the whole point of ditching our food was so we wouldn't have to deal with things like canyon crawlers.
It's the Zhangs.
If there's anyone who can't go without food for a day, it's you pampered Gonjins.
I would have sworn it was Sokka.
See if you can find out why they hate each other so much.
Are they each gonna side with the group they're with? Oh, that'd be funny.
You really think it'll rain?
No, but you can never be too careful, right?
Yeah, Sokka and Katara are gonna become part of this feud. Checking her posture.
Why should my people go hungry when the sneaky Zhangs are stuffing their faces?
Fuck you.
Well,
Fuck you, pretentious fucks.
So, why does your tribe hate the Zhang so much?
Propaganda time!
Wei Jin knocked Jin Wei to the ground and stole our sacred ore.
Yep, she's invested now.
Care for some meat?
Would I?
They probably assumed we brought food in and decided to bring food in themselves. That's why we brought food in.
Okay, so fuck them too. Different drawing style, I love that.
Wei Jin tried to tend to the man's wounds, but Jin Wei insisted the orb was more important. But as Wei Jin crossed the border to return the orb into Gonjin territory, he was arrested.
Ah.
They sentenced him to 20 long years in prison.
Damn.
It's okay, Momo. We'll be out of here soon enough. And then we can eat our weight in lychee nuts. Nah, I'll wait for the lychee nuts.
Oh, Momo offered to share.
Dirty thief.
You pompous fool!
Harsh words won't solve problems. Action will.
Perhaps the
Oh,
Avatar
shit.
is right.
You just
Yes,
incited a
perhaps it
riot,
is.
dude. Cute, naive face, you're so wrong. That is a very different looking sword than I expected.
You know, I take it back. Harsh words aren't so bad.
Sword fight. Oh, fuck. Damn. And all the food.
I don't care about this stupid feud. I just want us to get out of here alive.
Me too. I only took their side because they fed me.
Sokka, being real. Oh, shit. That's about as close as they come. So not a long-term solution. It's a lot of water to hold in a canteen. Especially when you presumably were drinking some of it in the desert. Right on the nose. He's gonna ride it up the wall? That's insane. Aang thought of that quick. Damn. Lesson of the story, it's only bad to break the rules if you break the rules a little. If you break them a lot, it cancels itself out.
Jin Wei? Wei Jin? I know those guys. I might not look it, but I'm 112 years old. I was there 100 years ago on the day you're talking about.
Are you lying?
They were brothers. Twins, in fact. And they were 8. The sacred orb from the legend? That was the ball. And the eastern and western gates were the goalposts. Jin Wei had the ball, but he stepped out of bounds. So the official put him in the penalty box. Not for 20 long years, but for 2 short minutes.
What?
What about our tribe's redemption ritual?
That's what the game was called, redemption. As soon as someone got the ball from one goal to the other, everyone would yell, redemption!
Wait, so how did the story start? That's fucking insane.
Good to see you, boy. Did you miss me?
Oh.
I'm going too. I'm sick of this place.
You could call it luck. Or you could call it lying.
What?
I made the whole thing up.
You did not. That is so wrong.
Now where's that custard tart? I'm starving.
Oh, Aang. You clever devil. I was wondering. Because with this show, it could go either way. It either could have been like, oh, this is the adorable solution. Or it could have been like, I straight up lied. So, yeah. So that was Season 1, Episode 11 of Avatar. Yeah, it was a pretty standard episode. It, don't take this the wrong way, it might be the least fantastic episode so far. That's not saying much, because they've all been really fantastic. So, yeah. It, actually, I might be wrong. I think someone in the comments might have called this the only filler episode. It might have been a different one. Someone did call out a specific episode as the only filler episode in the show. I think it might have been this one. Because that was definitely a filler episode. That kind of could have gone anywhere. And, yeah, no, it was okay. It, was entertaining. I'm a little disappointed we didn't get the real resolution of, like, what happened, because it sounds like... It really does sound like one side was definitively in the right, and the other was definitively in the wrong. And it might be a big misunderstanding, but it still seems like, I can't keep the name straight, the white-robed, pretentious dudes. Seems like they were just objectively in the wrong and didn't have the whole story. But I like Aang's explanation. That's a cute explanation. You know, I think the reason this episode jumps out at me as... Well, I should say, the reason this episode doesn't jump out at me at all, the reason it seems like kind of the least stellar of the last 11 episodes, is because when I talk about the, you know, the four metrics of how good this show is or how good an episode is, where it's got, you know, action, it's got story, it's got character, and it's got adorable moments, I feel like this had the least of all four of those. It had some good action at the end, but just kind of that one scene. And it had a few adorable moments, but not like a ton. And, comedy. That was the other one. So it was action, comedy, adorable moments, and emotional, heartfelt moments. The story and character are just bonuses. This felt like it was entirely story-driven, but not, like, larger picture story. It was, like, its own little conflict of the week, with just a little bit of character work in there with Sokka and Katara, but, like, nothing we didn't already know about them. The biggest character thing that happened was finding out that Aang can lie his ass off when he needs to, which is cool. It's good to know, but, yeah, it's not worth an entire episode to find that out. But yeah, the comedy in this episode was, like, it was fine, but, it wasn't, you know, over the top. It wasn't, like, funnier than the other episodes, specifically. But it did have fewer adorable moments. It felt like it had less action, although that might be incorrect. And, there were no big emotional moments in this episode, so yeah, I definitely would have to say it's the weakest episode so far, but I don't see that as indicative of what's to come at all. I think it's just kind of a, you know, whatever episode. They're allowed to have an off day. Even the best shows are allowed to have an off day. But I was wrong, again, about Zuko being in the fucking episode, so by the time we get to Zuko again, he might just already have another ship. I don't know. Like, maybe they'll pick up with him getting a new ship, but at this point, it seems like it's been a couple weeks, and he probably has had time to get a new ship on his own. I seriously doubt he'll still be lost in the woods by the time we catch up with him. That seems like... I mean, unless he was really fucking lost. But, yeah. Also, they don't seem to be anywhere near water at the moment, so him being on boat, I'm not sure I was going to catch up with them. That's gonna be a challenge for him. Yeah, it was both a physical Great Divide, like a location called the Great Divide, but it was also a divide between people. So, yeah, they got me on that one. They did it both ways. That was pretty cool. But that's honestly about as deep as the episode goes. So, I don't really have anything more to say about it. At this point, I'm kind of just spinning my wheels. Come back next week and we'll check out another episode of Avatar. And if you can't wait that long, then check out my Patreon in the description below. You can get episodes up to 4 weeks early there, and you can get the uncut versions of episodes. Well, of my reactions to episodes. And as always, please like and subscribe, because I'd love to have you all coming back on the regular.